What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for checking out another video. No dirt bike stuff in this one. We're just doing something a little different. I'm sure the title gave it away, but working from home has afforded us with some unique opportunities where we can make dinner in the middle of the day. So today we're going to be using the Instant Pot and we're going to make American Goulash. So I actually kind of wasn't sure if I wanted to film this, so I already chopped an onion, which you guys saw, but we got onion, garlic, we got some sausage, we got some hamburger, olive oil, some pasta, which is veggie, save a little calories or get some veggies in there, whatever. Tomato sauce, petite diced tomatoes, Italian seasoning, black pepper, seasoned salt, paprika, soy sauce, and Worcestershire sauce. Whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and get some olive oil. We're gonna have this on the saute mode. We're gonna go ahead and saute up the onions. We'll cut up the garlic, get all that going, then we'll cook our meat. So let's get going on this. Let me know if you guys like this or if this is super stupid, but I have had some people who are like, you should do a cooking with DeeO, so figure we'll just run it, and just a little bit of content won't hurt. So let's get cooking. Let these simmer up some, saute some, whatever. So I don't know, if you've never cooked before, it might be kind of confusing, but you just wait till they get a little bit clear and they're not so hard. You want them to loosen up a little bit, start to sweat, release that flavor and that smell. As you're making this stuff, of course, you can always find a recipe like this. It's calling for like 2 teaspoons of paprika, 2 tablespoons Italian seasoning, 1 tablespoon seasoned salt. I sometimes use that just kind of as like an idea, but I don't actually measure it out. You know, I know a lot of TikToks say like measure with your heart, but that's just kind of what I do. It's just you go, and then as it simmers more, you smell it, and it's just like, okay, does this smell good? Does it smell like it needs more spice or whatever? And then of course, do a taste test as you go, just like you see on like any cooking show or any movie where they take a taste further on in the process, of course, but yeah, just to see what it's coming out like. So we're just adding some spices now while the onion is sweating in there. I like to do it with the onion and garlic, just to kind of get the flavors embedded into the onion and garlic rather than adding them later. So we got the onion, smells so good. We got our garlic here. You always put the garlic in later because it cooks faster than the onion. So we'll let that saute up some, and once the garlic starts to get fragrant and you can smell it, we're gonna throw in our meat to let that start cooking. Everything's cooking up well. I'm gonna throw in just some water just to kind of help deglaze. The bottom here, you get like some of the onion and garlic stuck to the bottom of the pan or the Instant Pot, whatever. So you can just throw some in there, mix it up, and get that off of there. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw in our sausage and our hamburger. Usually I'd use like Italian hot sausage, but I don't have this. It's just some Jimmy Dean regular that was frozen. Let it defrost some this morning. We'll throw it in there. And then this is just regular, probably the cheapest available, maybe one step above the cheapest available, just so it's not as fatty hamburger. Nothing too fancy with that. But we're gonna throw those in and let those brown up while we're cooking. Goulash is definitely American goulash is something that my mom used to make all the time growing up. It was one of my favorites. I make it a lot now because it's really simple. I still absolutely love it. It's just you know, hamburger, well, and sausage and tomato, onion, I don't know, and pasta. It's just really good. You can throw in different kind of noodles. Like I said earlier, if we're using the veggie ones, you can put in elbows or shells or whatever kind of pasta you like. You can do it with like tortellini filled with cheese. There's just a lot you can do with it. And Allison, how often do you think I make goulash lately? Once a week?
Once a week.
Once a week, because while Allison's been pregnant, she really likes it. And like I said, it's super easy. You can use the Instant Pot, one pan. You don't have to be transferring stuff back and forth. And you can make this. It's 12:24 right now. and I can let it simmer for 5 hours until dinner, and then throw in the noodles at the end so they don't get too mushy. and it's just a super simple thing. If you leave and you come back, the apartment smells awesome because it's just your simmering. You don't have to actively watch over it just when you're doing this initial stuff. But yeah, absolutely love it. Super easy recipe, and like if you're trying to get into cooking, this is one that would be super easy. Ask your parents if you can help with dinner one night, if you're comfortable with it, and just go for it. Just start making stuff. I always compare it to the movie Ratatouille, where they're like talking about like this ingredient with this ingredient makes this whole new ingredient, and that's how I feel with cooking. Like it's just super fun to put stuff together and try things out. And what I've always said is, if you make something and it sucks, you throw it away and you can order a pizza. Like it's no big deal. Yeah, you're gonna waste some money in ingredients, but you're gonna learn too. So I think all you kings out there should learn to cook on your own and just have that knowledge. So we're letting the meat brown up here. We're just kind of cutting it up, as we're not cutting it up, but just breaking it up and stirring it in and just letting it cook up. So we'll continue to let that go. Working from home, I gotta join some work meetings here. All right, we're still on the work meeting, but we have our tomato sauce going in and our diced tomatoes going in. I'm gonna fill this up with water, pour it into. Recipe calls for some soy sauce, so we're gonna give it just a little. And I personally like to put in this too, so we'll go ahead and put that in. Stir it up. Hey. And we're gonna let that simmer.
What I told you, sir. What I told you.
Yeah, well, did you see?
While this is simmering here, I always like to just check in on it. Just take a whiff. If you feel like it needs any seasoning or anything added to it, of course do, but yeah, I just like to check on it here. So this is just like if you have spaghetti or chili and people say like it's actually better left over, it tastes better. That's just because everything has like soaked together and had more time to all the flavors roll together. So the longer you simmer here, the better flavor you're gonna have as all the flavors mix together. So I just did the normal one, so it was on 4 hours, but it's about 2 o'clock, so 2 hours and 40 more minutes, so we could probably add a little bit more time to that if we wanted to. But yeah, just let that simmer. Smells great, so let it simmer throughout the day. And then like I said, before we go to eat it, about half an hour, 20 minutes before, we'll put the pasta directly into it so it can cook up in there. Only doing half the box of pasta, putting it in there. We're gonna let the pasta cook up for about another 20 minutes, then it'll be time to eat. Give it a little bit more time because the noodles are still pretty raw, so dive in, give it a little stir, pick out a noodle here, give it a little taste test. Oh, as I lose them both. Okay, come on here. I think that'll do. I think that's good enough to serve, so let's go ahead and plate it up. Murphy's very excited, but he's not gonna get any. So we gotta take it to our judge, Allison. Let us know how it is.
So excited.
Those babies down and out. So you'll hear a lot of that same stuff reflected in class.
Amazing.
It's all worth these kings making.
What?
Worth these kings making.
Yes, yeah, all you kings should make it.
There you go. All you kings should make it. So that's gonna do it. That is our American Goulash. really not that much labor. Most of the time was just letting it simmer here in the Instant Pot on slow cook mode. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just something way different than normal. But for real, go make this recipe, report back, tell me what you thought. And as always, guys, until next time, take it easy. If it's easy, take it twice. I'll talk to you later.